it is likely that Mike Hall Jr. Will be, and he'll end up on the commissioner's exempt list either today or tomorrow in wake of the domestic violence charges. That is according to a source telling Mary Kay Cabot, Browns beat report for cleveland.com, that Fred, that's not a surprise. Mike Hall, the league will figure that out. Let's get into the 53-man roster. You did a projection, and I'm curious as to how difficult it was for you. You also did the 16-man practice squad. Let's take a look at the offense and the defense that you have on this 53-man roster. So Chubb is going to be on the pup. He's out 4 weeks. Then you got Ford, Foreman, Strong, and Himes. You've got 6 wide receivers: Cooper, Judy, Moore, Tillman, Thrash, and Bell, and Njoku and Akins, the only tight ends. You see the tackles. You have James Hudson as that fourth swing tackle there behind the 3 guys that will sort things out. And then the guards, Batonio, Teller, Zinter, and you have the undrafted free agent Cone making it. Posick and Harris. You look over at the defense, and it's Garrett Smith, Okunrankwo, Wright, and McGuire, who we talked about. Tomlinson, who's just been activated. Harris, Jefferson, Hurst, and Hall. Now, if he's on the commissioner's exempt list, that would open up a spot there potentially. JOK, Hicks, Fields, Bush, and Watson. You got the rookie from Missouri making it. And then you got Ward, Emerson, Newsom, Mitchell, Harden, and Hardy. And then the safeties, you got Delpit, Thornhill, Hickman, and McLeod. I'm curious, toughest decisions when you went through that. Who are the guys that you kind of went back and forth weighing and thinking, this guy can make it, this guy can't make it. And you look at that roster. That roster's pretty darn deep.
Well, what makes it difficult, and I put that in above it, the explanation is there was 7 players on lists, and you didn't know because there was no updates on who or who would not be put on the active roster. And turns out 5 of the 7 were taken off the list, but Nick Chubb and Nyheim Hines, the 2 running backs, were left on the list. So that makes it difficult when you're projecting. I put D'Anthony Bell because they had a lot of safeties and had numbers. I left him on injury reserve because I didn't know. That's why he's not on there. He's now going to be on the roster. I can almost assure you that because they activated him today. I'd be surprised if they cut him. But the wide receiver, I went back and forth with Michael Woods and David Bell. David Bell, again, we don't know if he's ready to come back or if he's going to be out. He's missed 2 weeks. They like him. But again, my reasoning is the way they think. David Bell is a 3rd-round pick more recently, and I think they feel Michael Woods would be have a better chance to making it through waivers because last year he was on waivers, and he was on the practice squad if they want him back as opposed to David Bell. So every year Andrew Berry has kept 6 on the roster at wide receiver. So that's why I went with 6. I put 2 tight ends. I think it again is for the wiggle room. Since they got Nick Harris, I think he kind of can help them in a blocking tight end, fullback role, what Gio Ricci appeared to be doing before he got hurt. If they add a 3rd tight end, I don't think he's on the roster. He could be somebody they add in a trade or in a waiver pickup. So the toughest ones, yes. And not knowing Mike Hall, I had to put him on the roster. If I knew he was going to be exempt, I would have left him off, and that would have opened up a spot for Jawan Briggs or Sam Kamara, or even I think there's another defensive tackle, that could push for it. So, or Siaki Ika, even though I think his days are numbered or his day is numbered. So, yeah, there was tough decisions, and there's going to be surprises. There's going to be guys, even at cornerback. I think Khalif Halasi they like a lot, but I kind of went with Justin Hardy the local guy that was a Pro Bowl special teams guy who also plays cornerback, I kept him on the roster in favor of Halassi. So, a couple of those, positions are going to be fluid. And it really kind of comes down to what they think health wise.